I am Sai Harshit Varanasi from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, and today I'm going to show you the project that I made during the time of my internship. First of all, I would like to thank the WebStack Academy for providing the opportunity to help me create this project. Now, during my internship, I worked on developing a full stack food delivery web application using the MERN Stack. This project helped me understand the complete web development process, starting from designing the user interface to developing backend APIs and managing the database. So, in this presentation, I will be explaining the objectives of my internship, the technologies used, the implementation process, and the knowledge that I gained. Now, the primary objective of my internship was to gain practical experience in full stack web development by working on a real world project. Unlike classroom learning, this internship gave me the hands-on exposure to building a complete web application. The goals were to understand front-end development using React and the back-end development using Node.js and Express, data management with MongoDB, and implementing REST APIs for communication between the front-end and back-end. Along with the technical skills, I also learned debugging techniques, project organization, and how different technologies work together in professional application. Now, the full stack development which consists of both front end and back end, along with the database. And the front end consists of React.js, HTML5, CSS, and JavaScript, while the back end contains the Node.js, Express.js, while the database we'll be using is NoSQL, that is MongoDB. Now, from the MERN itself, we can say the word M stands for MongoDB, E is for Express.js, React.js, and Node.js simultaneously. The purpose is MongoDB is a NoSQL database, which means we'll be storing all of our data, whether our login entries or the restaurant data or the menus and etc. And Express.js is our backend framework where the core logic and all is executed in the Express.js. And React.js is a front-end library which displays the work which basically means displaying the work that we have done, and to express the whole logic of what we have written in Express.js. And Node.js represents JavaScript runtime. Now, the project requirement. The project requirements were divided into functional and non-functional requirements, according to me. The functional requirements included user registration and login, viewing restaurants and menus, searching food items, adding products to the cart, placing orders, online payments, and etc. The non-functional requirement focused on performance, security, scalability, and responsiveness. For example, storing the environmental variables in the .env file. These are basically cannot be accessed and cannot even be pushed into the GitHub. We should make sure that never happens because the environmental variables are stored in that file. So it's an encrypted file basically. Okay, now the system architecture used like basically user it senses input on the front end where the front end helps stores and sends it to the REST APIs, which then is connected through Express and Node.js, which is our backend servers database running, and then it is going to store the data into the MongoDB Atlas, which basically our NoSQL database. Now, our implementation details. During implementation, I first developed the front end using React. The reusable components that are created for pages such as home, login, so the restaurant list, menus, cards, and etc. The Redux toolkit was used for store management, while React Router handled page navigation. On the back end, I built RESTful APIs using Express.js. JWT authentication was implemented for secure login, and middleware was added for error handling and authorization. Mongo Atlas was used as cloud database, and Mongo simplified database interactions through schemas and models. Now, the features and outcomes that we would be expecting are the login and sign up pages, which will be happening at the start of the app, and the users can register, login, browse restaurants, search for that food items, add products to the cart, and place online orders. Administrators can manage restaurants, menus, and food items. Through this project, I improved my understanding of REST APIs, React state management, MongoDB database design, authentication using JWT, and integrating third-party services such as Cloudinary and Stripe for payment pages and all the other API things. This project significantly enhanced my solving and debugging skills. Now, I would like to conclude by saying that this internship, this whole experience, provided me with valuable practical experience in full stack web development. I wanted to do some full stack application, and I'm thankful for WSA for this giving me the opportunity to create this project. I successfully developed a MERN Stack food delivery application while learning front-end development, back-end API creation, database management, authentication, and deployment concepts. More importantly, I gained confidence in working real-life software projects and strengthened my technical and problem-solving skills. Now, I would like you all to show you my basically what my this application that I create. No, anyways, wait. Let um now, as you can see, this is a login page. I already had an account signed, so I'm just going to write the details. Um, Now, as you can see, this app after logging in, let me show you. Yes, and after logging in, this is the page which consists of the 8 restaurants, for example, that I've set up in MongoDB Atlas anyways. So here, these 8 restaurants, we can search, and when we click on the icon of the restaurant, we can find all the menu items and the main course items or any starters or anything, any daily to daily daily food to be eaten, everything. And basically, we can add them to the cart. For example, let's add this to the cart. As you can see on top right corner, I already added. Let me remove this. Now, yeah. For example, let's just say let's go to KFC here now, and I want to add this to the cart. See now on the top right, you can see that it's automatically getting added into the cart. The more I add it, the more it gets changed. So that logic works. So now I want to view the cart now, and you can see this. And this is where billing and everything occurs here, and I just want to check it out. Now, because of the API, it directly, connects it to the Stripe. This is basically an API that is used for, payment pages. Now, this works fine, extremely. Just we have to write the details and all, and everything else works here perfectly. If you write your date and they pay, you get your OTP, and then you can proceed with the payments and all. This is so basically this is my whole project. Hmm, which the WSA Academy has taught me, and I'm very grateful for it. It's a very new experience for me. I've learned many things from it actually, because I didn't know how to, create this type of applications and all. And by doing this, now I feel even more confident, and I can even, try to create more projects even with more complex things. And by the way, I forgot. This was writing AI based writing system also. For example, let's just write some review. I love this food a lot. Probably one of favorite places to order. Now, there's an option called a review summary. See, this is basically an AI feature that we have, applied for this. It basically based on the review. It just gives a detailed summarization of how how I gave my review. It's in the I think that I gave a completely positive response here. So here AI is acting as I'm giving a positive response, and it adds accordingly. It's written positive here with the sign, and quality of food is generally good. Presentation is impressive. Some like these all things are some overpriced rates and all. Yeah. Quality presentation and all. Yeah. So we can basically hide this, cancel this. Yeah, and there are like many other restaurants, and there's a lot of menus and all. We can even add, we can even add an admin section where you can add, various restaurants and menus and all, where we can do those things. We can even add some AI-based food recommendation system into this. We can imply a lot of things. I have a lot of ideas in my mind, but yeah, this is the overall basic point, of how I just submitted this thing. And yeah, basically this is overall my project, and what I learned from the teachers who taught me about this whole MERN stack development. And I learned a lot of things, especially about backend and front end and how it gets operated, and all how the RESTful API keys and all they work. And I'm glad that I registered for this internship. So once again, thank you for Webstack Academy for teaching me this thing and giving me an opportunity to learn. And thank you. Thank you.